I saw this set a while ago, but I wasn't doing Lego reviews, so it was a little hard for me to justify the price. But I just did the Mona Lisa and it was incredible, so I knew it was finally time to do this one. I'm on a mission to do every Lego art and then put them all on the wall behind me. So I have the Hokusai Great Wave coming soon and the Van Gogh Sunflowers. I'm so excited to show you Starry Night. It is truly incredible. First, we're gonna get into my rating, then my review, and then my final thoughts. I will compare it to the Mona Lisa, don't worry. Let's get into it. Scale 5 out of 10. I almost rated it a 4, but because of the length of this one, I had to bump it up. There are some parts that are gonna feel really long and you're gonna think it probably should have been a 6, but there's not complex techniques in here. Aesthetics, 8 out of 10. Controversial opinion here. I don't like this. And also I think the frame is very boring. I might mod it later. We'll compare it to the Mona Lisa, you'll see what I mean. Durability, 4 out of 10. This mainly gets a score just because this painting piece can pop out. Can you see this? I triple checked this, but f it, I'm putting this the way that I think will be more stable.
5 minutes later.
I had a bunch of bullet points to say, but I feel like that perfectly highlights it. What's insane to me is I literally drop tested the Mona Lisa and it was fine, and I can barely hold this one up. This is the oldest art and this is fixed in later things, so I don't want to knock it too much, but yeah, it's not durable. Value 8 out of 10. I think the fairest way to judge a set's value is looking at the price per brick. It kind of removes factors like, well, this set's less expensive because it's smaller, or this set's more expensive because it's bigger. The price of this set is $169.99, and there are 2,316 pieces, which makes the price per brick 7 cents, which is incredibly good. Usually it ranges between 6 cents, which is phenomenal, to 12 to 14, which is bad. Time, 8 out of 10. I know I just said that this build felt long, but let me explain. It does have a ton of pieces, which averaged out to 400 to 500 pieces per hour I was putting down, so I feel like that's pretty good despite it feeling long. I'm changing my score here. Overall, B tier. The durability and the frame really do me in on this one. This is horribly undurable, and I'm actually nervous to put this up on my wall as is. There's also certain parts of the build that bring down the score. Let's talk about it. This build is kind of weird to explain. The booklet explains that bags 1 through 5 are the painting and 6 through 9 are the frame, but I'd say it's a little bit more like in bags 1 through 5. You do the background in the painting, bag 6 is the frame, and bags 7 through 9 are the details in the foreground. This bag is actually really enjoyable. A lot of this build can get very monotonous, but this part was really fun. I kind of think there was a way to change certain parts, but it would make the build look different. I'll talk about it when we get to it and let me know what you think. You'll see in a second, but we are actually rotating this whole thing so that way everything facing up will face us, which gives this set a crazy amount of definition. I believe this is the first Lego painting, at least what I could find. I could be wrong since Lego is not a new company, but even still, I don't believe they would have touched a complex painting such as this before. So in this set, there is a certain learning curve the designers had to go through that I do want to cut them a bit of slack for. I'd imagine even looking at this build, they went through several versions to get to the set we have now. But some of the issues were going to be hard to find until you released it out to the public and got feedback, like the painting popping out of the frame. Damn it! I didn't sort all the pieces. There is this unique issue with this set in particular that I've talked about before. Today, if you touch any of the newer paintings, or really any of the newer sets, you won't find this issue. I know I said I haven't done the Hokusai Great Wave yet, but I did skim the instructions and can confirm this will not happen. And the Sunflower isn't released yet, but it won't be an issue. Sometime in 2023, Lego sets started to be released with a tweak that, in my opinion, makes the build so much better and more beginner-friendly, without changing the actual build, mind you. Sets started to be released with pieces separated into more bags, and we saw the disappearance of multiple bags labeled the same number. As someone who has built a good amount of sets before the change, it is much appreciated. While it is easy to correct me for getting a bag, it's really annoying. Also, what's the point of labeling multiple bags the same number? It's confusing. I've also noticed it's kind of a gamble when building the 2023 sets, but anything 2024 to 2025 does not have this issue. If this set was released today, it would be 2,300 pieces and would have 22 to 24 bags instead of the technically 9 bags, but there are multiples, which brings the total amount of bags up to 19 if I counted correctly. I didn't dock this any points because it was just standard operating practice at the time, but it is important to note for the other Lego art pieces, which I feel like we're getting a good amount of them released. This part of the build that I'm on, I really believe could have been done differently today and would have been better build-wise. This part is extremely long and took me over 50 minutes to complete. It was also very monotonous and I found my mind wandering, so then I had to check my build to make sure it was right because it was so slow. I think if this was done in the style of the Mona Lisa, it would have been more enjoyable. The Mona Lisa is done with base plates at the bottom and then smooth pieces on top. There's a variety that are used to give it a paintbrush feel, which I had so much fun with because it wasn't the same pieces over and over. Now, there is a chance that they considered doing something similar. However, it would have lost detail. These alternating colors are beautiful when done, so there is a chance the designers chose the monotonous but more detailed route. So I'm not going to be too mad at that because it truly is beautiful. Besides the frame. What happened there? The painting has been a lot of places, but it's currently at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. And they've had the painting since 1941, so it's not like it got reframed or something after Lego did this frame. So I was thinking, okay, what does the actual frame look like? I'll admit, it's not as beautiful as the real Mona Lisa's frame, and the actual frame is black. However, it does have a minimalistic shape to it and a gold line towards the inside. Seeing how we did the framing on the Mona Lisa, it definitely could be updated now to look like this. I want to say it could have been done like this initially, but I haven't seen that golded pieces prior to the Mona Lisa, and I'm not even sure if they had existed in 2022. So I don't want to 100% say the frame should have been like this, but it would be better. We are moving on to a lot of the swirls we see with one final piece kind of in the background. The shapes are all so different, it was really fun. One of the best features of this set is the crazy dimension in the colors, and this part nails it. This build would not be the same without it, and it's really neat. I was in the GATE program when I was in elementary school. For those of you who don't know what that is, it was literally called the Gifted and Talented Education Program, hence GATE. Also, why was I in that? We'd get pulled from normal classes and write poetry and do art. We did this section on Van Gogh, and specifically this painting really inspired me. I'm not an artist nor a poet, so nothing of this era of elementary school Macy's work was even remotely gifted and talented, but I'd always loved the swirls for both its shape and colors. So to me, I really adored this part of the build. As I got older, it was neat to fully understand that this is how he saw the world as his eyesight was deteriorating. I also wonder what that would feel like as an artist to know your lens of the world is going away. A part I never understood in the GATE program because I was truly gifted and talented was the weird blob in the foreground. They told us it was a plant, by the way. I just didn't understand because I was so gifted and talented. They told us it was a plant, by the way. I just didn't understand because I was so gifted and talented. As a kid, I thought it was a distraction, but on this Lego, it highlights the purpose it's serving, providing depth. Or maybe he just saw the plant and painted it. What do I know? Now this is what you call durable. Little fun fact in that video, I do a drop test, and I actually decided to do the drop test because I was swinging it around to show how durable it was, and I hit my chair and it didn't break. A piece fell off during that. I said later in the video it was the drop test, but it actually wasn't because I saw it disappear after that. Not important. Okay, these both have a ton of detail. I feel like this one packs in a little bit more detail. This one also has way more dimension to it than this one does, but I feel like this one needs it a little bit more. I feel like they must have got a lot of bad feedback on the frame on this one because by the time Hokusai Wave came around, it was fixed somewhat. I think the most sturdy version is this. It went this one, Hokusai Wave, and then this one. Obviously, between the two, you can also see the differences in the frame. This frame looks fantastic, and I think with a little nice border like that goes around the edge on the inside here, maybe not alternating pieces but straight through, I think this frame would have looked a lot better. Even though there was parts of this set I didn't like, it still was good, and they keep getting significantly better. This is an incredible build. It was definitely one of the top builds I've ever done, so I have to put a little bit of love into this one, you know? I had to put this one down because it's making me nervous, and I'm not talking well when I'm nervous about the set breaking, but I'm so excited to get all four done. It's gonna be back here on the wall. It's not directly behind me, but on the side, because I think I'm gonna switch my positioning a little bit, and I think it's gonna look super cool. I'm super excited, but I'm gonna do that when I have all four done, which we are so close to having. I also want to say a huge thank you to everybody, but especially you. I've been seeing so many of you guys that have been subscribed for a while commenting on my videos, and it means so much to me. Let me know what your favorite part was of this build. Let me know if you agree on how the background of this could have been done like this one, or if you disagree with me and you think, no, the build had to be monotonous to make the detail look as incredible as it does. But let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Oh, also a reminder to subscribe to see those videos. I actually know what I'm doing for the next few videos, and it's very exciting. Okay.